If the pass is right on the money, it's a touchdown. Instead, it's a first and goal.
Yeah, no doubt what Ben saw. Derwin James came walking down in man coverage.
Bashaud reeling around on this one. Watch the inside move, and then as he breaks to the outside, that's where he gets all his separation. He bites on that inside move, loses his balance a little bit.
For the 7 route, it doesn't get any better than Keenan Allen, and it looks like Kyle Fuller.
Cephas is someone who the Lions coaches were excited about. You see right away at the line of scrimmage, you see Kevin King stumble as far as his initial technique, and that really just has him.
This offseason is add a lot of speed. I mean, like world-class speed. Marquise Goodwin certainly one of them. Damiere Byrd.
Under route, and remember, Justin Herbert missed this ball high and away to the left side.
Up, everybody's got to count for one guy. Nobody's able to win, but look at the move there by Godwin that he's able to put on CJ.
But watch how well this is timed up. Watch him come out of the break. Cooper Kupp comes out of the break. That ball is already thrown to the perfect spot.
That he would like, but what a route. Deontay Harris, I mean, if he hits him.
Look at this nice smooth release. Sell the 9 route like you're going up the field and then put on the brakes like, and then just come back.
But watch this route by Johnson. Sells it off the line of scrimmage like he's going inside and then breaks it back to the outside against Chris Weststreet.
He got out of this break so quickly with a hold. Boom, watch him just cross him up like in basketball. Get him going one way. It's all in front of him, but Gage goes inside release on a corner route. And you see that at the top of the route where he shows that.
And there he is. Go up, shake him, and throw it to him. And that's why
You'll be leaving this game. Will switch you to the start of your game.
Yeah, Brown just, he just gets to the outside.
Higgins with the motion inside. He just takes off. It's just a return route. Gives him the look like he's going to run a drag.
We've talked about it all half. If he's going to be man coverage and just do a little double move, and we have one safety in the middle, and Diggs right down the sideline.
Jenkins that was in coverage there, but he slips because of that great inside move. DeAndre Hopkins knows that he had him off the snap.
You might as well run the double move, and nice job of Marquise Brown going in. You see Bo Peep Keys way out of position, Louis.
Yeah, when you finally get some single safety middle and you get one-on-one.
And what he's learned already in his young NFL career, if it's a 50-50 ball and that defender's right there on him.
Turned around to attempt to call timeout. The ball had already been snapped. There was no timeout granted.
Ambry Thomas going to run a slant and going to run a go, and that time Jamar Chase runs right by him.
DK right here in the slot. Watch this move to the outside. Move out, bam! Double hand, slap, back.
And watch Metcalf get crafty inside here, and he's going to have to be crafty because he's working against Patrick Peterson. He slams on the brakes, leaves Peterson in the dust, and makes himself.
They talk about plays like this. Watch Cooper Kupp not only just make the catch to begin with a great move. Watch the spin move, set him up, get it out, stretch it out.
Well, and the problem was he had help inside of the route. Cooper Kupp, he starts to the outside. Then he's going to come under. Nope, he's going back outside. Carlton Davis thought he read him like a book. He was going to cut in front of it and pick that ball off, or at least make a play on it.
And watch this little whip route. He's going to show an inside route, slam on the brakes, and get back to the front pylon. They're just going to fake that ball inside to Madison quickly. And look at Justin Jefferson.
Watch Terry McLaurin's out here. He's going to sell the out, then he's going to sell the go, then he's going to put on the brakes. That is beautiful route running by Terry McLaurin.
This is the China route that Hunter Renfro's making famous. Out, up, and back in. He did it last week.
Only way to describe this route, filthy. Look at what he did. How many moves did he put into that? He packed them.
Such a great route by Kadarius Toney against Diggs. Diggs is anticipating he's going to keep running on the deep.
Touchdown here.
Yeah, Trufant's really going to overreact to this one because he's got some help inside. He just flies in there, and you can see the help.
Look at all this space. When you're Deion Bush and you're off like that, this is you have no shot. He's going to give you the move at the top and then the speed to the corner. And
we're getting ready for the baseball playoffs. The best center fielder you can name would have trouble maintaining on this one. You know, we always talk about baseball turns, how the center fielders turn left and right in a spin.
Yeah, Michael Davis out here, right here. You're going to see him jump this slant, fake slant. Great route. by Saquon Barkley.
Is there a better release artist than Davante Adams? If there is, I don't know. You see the hard inside technique there by Jalen Johnson.
Watch this route. It's a slant. It's a slant. Nope. Puts his foot in the ground, and Humphrey had to...
That's the rookie Rodarius Williams who's in coverage. He gets totally turned around.
Jawing at one another. That one covers 11 yards. What a move by Johnson.
Does that route look familiar?
Hits him on a double move. They were going to take advantage of that matchup.
That Kyler Murray has. He runs a little out and up, but not really not much of a move right there. Stokes just gets totally turned around.
Nice route by Diggs. His transition skills are so good. Makes it look like it's just a little slant. Nope, foot in the ground.
Fake the in cut. Here he is one-on-one with Dantzler to watch at the very top. Fake the in cut. Get him spun around, and I'm
one-on-one against Mike Hughes on the outside, and this is some of the magic of Deontay Johnson. When he catches the ball and he can get releases like that. All the moves, count how many moves here he does against Ward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, falls down, gets up. He just has the ability to create something new. It's the quick twitch motion at the top of this route. Watch what happens. Kupp with a little double, triple move. Drops the defender to the ground.
Something about him.
What did you say about double jointed? Did you notice that move? One of the more unconventional double, I would dare say triple move.
Tyreek Hill on Nasir Adderley. Look at the route he puts on him.
Watch him. He's going to go out and out. And typically what defenders look for is the second move. This time the third move is the payoff.
But watch the route up top. 13, right there, Davis. Oh, my goodness. And then he does the same thing that he did to the corner. Right up at the top. Right there. Slip.